Samore Love Bugs. You have now tuned in to my Haves and Have-Nots recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe if you have not yet done so. Also, be sure to share this video wherever you like to share videos, okay? Like Facebook, Twitter, Google+, or wherever else you know to share videos. And shout out to my Irish people, my black Irish people that nobody believes is really Irish because of the color of your skin. And I can definitely attest to that one. And everyone else, you know, I hope you had an awesome St. Patrick's Day. So this episode was pretty darn good. And the last one for this season is going to be next week. So you know we're definitely going to be tuned into that. And Karuchi, she's going to be doing an interview with Ayana coming up on, I think it's next week. So I'm definitely trying to record that. If I'm not able to see it, then I really want to make sure that I get to find out everything. I'm like, yo, Ayana is on it. She made sure she got that exclusive. You already know that Oprah hooked that up. She was like, yeah, we won't get to talk to her. We're going to be the first ones before all these tabloids and other people is trying to talk to her. So I definitely want to hear what she has to say. She put up a picture today on Instagram and he called her. He was saying that she's better than that and she don't gotta be acting like a thought. I was like, yo, he's funny. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this recap, you guys. Sorry for the adjustment of the camera, but I kind of saw like a little bit of a glare. And let me turn this down. Okay, it is down. All right, so the room that Amanda was staying in is now clean. It looks totally different. Jim goes in there and he's kind of just like talking, almost as though he's talking to Amanda and just trying to get some insight as to why she did this. But of course, there are no real clues there, especially because everything is clean. And while he's talking, saying kind of like it was his fault, there goes Catherine, like just sitting there in the background, like, yeah, it is your fault. Wyatt, he was outside talking to the DA, and Catherine was actually the one who told Jim because he had no knowledge of what was going down right in front of his house. And they both are just like, you know what, whatever. They're both tired. They don't feel like fighting anymore. Catherine was like, she really doesn't care what's going on. And Jim, he was just like, you know what, I'm not even going outside. I could care less. Whatever happens, happens. Catherine, she's ready now to move on and get her divorce. She thought that it would be better for him to suffer still being with her because, you know, they have this loveless marriage. But now she realizes that she just wants to get out of this. She doesn't want to be in this situation with him anymore. And she also saw that he took out the $7.4 million that he gave to Candace, which of course no one really knows about because the bank called her. They probably have mostly everything joint. So of course, anything that goes down, especially such a large lump sum of money, of course they're going to call her and tell her that something's going on. So she's like, you know what? That will be your settlement money. And he's just like, okay. He doesn't argue, he doesn't fuss, he doesn't fight or anything else. So she's like, wow, that's pretty easy. She's like, no fight? You got no fight left in you? And he's like, nope, not at all. And she's like, wow, I guess we can blame our dead daughter for this one. Thanks, Amanda. Candace, she got herself a new car, looking all shiny and new. I don't know what it was. Was it a Benz? Was it a Lexus? Was it a Mercedes? I don't know. It was something that looked really nice. They didn't really show the make, but I know some of you guys out there, you automatically would know, like, yes, this is what type of car it is, just because you're such car fanatics. So she's house hunting, and wasn't that lady from, what show was she from? Housewives. Was it Housewives of Beverly Hills or Housewives of New York? No, I don't think it was New York, or was it? I don't know. I'm pretty sure she's from one of the Real Housewives franchise, but I can't remember which one she's from. But yeah, she was there, and she's actually the realtor, which was kind of weird to see her acting. And she says that, well, she first asked her about her car, if it was new and stuff. I guess she was like, oh, ka-ching, ka-ching, this girl actually has some money. And then they start looking at the house, and then the realtor mentions that there's another house that's not too far, that's much more traditional, and she looks at it, she wants to look at it as well. When she looks at both of the houses, she comes up with the deal that she would like, which is like, one of them is going to be $1.1 million, and the other one is going to be, I don't remember how many hundreds of thousands. But I'm like, this girl is blowing money. Like, they make money come out of trees and you can just pick on them just like that. Like, the way she's going, she's not going to hardly have anything. Like, yeah, she'll have these possessions, but how will she be able to pay for anything else? I don't know. Like, won't you have to still... Well, I guess she's paying fully down in the house, so she won't have to pay, like, extra expenses. But still, I don't know. I just feel like she's blowing the money that she has extremely fast. Like, yeah, you have $7.4 million, but if you're not making something to kind of replenish it and put back into it, then you're going to just keep on withering it away until you ultimately have nothing left. That's what it just seems like to me. So she tells her, don't worry about it. I'm going to pay in cash. And when she said that, it kind of reminded me of Candy, because you know that Candy, that's how she be paying for her houses in cash. But Candy's money's legitimate money. It's legit, you know? Back at the house, David, he calls Veronica because he went to Jeffrey's house and there was like blood everywhere, and she's pretending as though she knows nothing of it at first. And then she kind of was like, you can hear the laughter in her voice because she assumed that it was Candace's blood. But then he says that he saw Candace and Candace looked perfectly fine. So then she's like, oh, wow. Like, but she's like, I don't know where Jeffrey is. Then she calls up Quincy after she finished talking to David and playing with David. Well, David, he said he was going to unleash the wrath on her. And he was like, do you want me to unleash the wrath on you? And she was just like, unleash it on Maggie. I'm like, she is super jealous of Maggie. I swear, it's like you don't treat him right, but you don't want nobody else to treat him right. That's the whole problem with her. And, you know, it's messed up the way that she treats him, but he's looking at her in a whole new light now. Well, it looks like the bond that Quincy and Veronica had together, it's kind of like fading away, because Quincy, he is like, he's on the phone talking to her and he's telling her that he doesn't care pretty much what she says. She's not running the show. And if she's trying to threaten him with, oh, I'm going to put you back in jail, he's like, I'm not going back to jail. He's like, you ever try to put smoke back into a gun or something like that? Some analogy he gave that was pretty cool. And he was like, it's not going to happen. And he was like, if I am going, I'm going with two more murder charge. No, I'm going with two more charges. One for the murder of your son, and the other one is going to be the rape of you. I'm like, damn, he really want to get up in them drawers, boy. He really want to get up in there. I guess it's because she's so fierce and ferocious that he's like, you know what, I just want some of this. I want some of this lawyer poom, you know? I'm like, oh, he is such a nasty. But she's showing him that she's not scared, and she is ready to go head to head with him. Little bit after that, these people go knocking on her door. First, I thought they were going back to the Cryer's house to knock on their door. But no, honey. They went to Veronica's house, knocked on her door. The DA and some police officers, the DA had a warrant, and she came to look for the car. Wyatt done spilled all of the beans in him. He done told everything. Yes, he did. So she's assuming right away that it was David that has done this, because he said he was about to unleash the dragon. You remember that, child? Unleash the dragon. Make you want to unleash the dragon. Who was that? Cisco, right? Yeah, that was my song back in the day. Yeah, oh man. Take it to Puerto Rico. Okay. Yo, that was a song though. So Hannah, well, before we even get into that part, David, he was so freaking desperate to find out where Jeffrey was, because he went to, like I said, he went to Jeffrey's house, saw all this blood. So of course he's getting worried. That's his child that he's thinking about. So he's so desperate that he goes to his arch enemy, Candace, and he knocks on her hotel door. He was acting totally freaking weird when Maggie and Landon had met up with him. He didn't even want to like really be in their presence. He didn't want to talk to them. He was really angsty and stuff like that. So then he goes to the hotel room of Candace's hotel room. He knocks on the door. She opens up and she starts to assume that he's part of it, because she's like, somebody was the person that had to get him out of jail, because there was no way that he was supposed to be getting out. So she's like, you're in on this. She was like, I will scream And then she started calling up housekeeping to kind of pull her stuff together because she's like, she got to get out of there now because he's probably on his way. Then she hears the door knock, and she assumed that it was him coming, but it actually was Jeffrey who came to see her. And she saw now how loyal Jeffrey is as a friend, because Jeffrey was like, I didn't even tell him where you were at. You don't have to worry. He's not coming here. I told him he was in some other hotel. And she looked like she was just like, wow, like, you did that for me? You got beat up like that and you didn't snitch? Like, that's crazy. You know, you get some serious points in the hood for stuff like that. Like, somebody about to kill you and you still ain't snitch? I don't know if I'd been that strong. It had to be, like, real official. Like my son or my sister or something like that for me to be talking about, nah, I don't care what you do to me. I don't care. I'll never tell you. Like, for real. I'm not getting tortured for nobody. Only them two people, probably. I don't know. Maybe somebody else was, but those are the two that first came to mind. But yeah, so now they're all in there, and he's just like, they're like, okay, what happened to you? Did your mother have anything to do with this? And then Jeffrey was making me mad. He made me want to, like, because he was still trying to protect his mom and not really tell his dad what was going on. But then eventually Candace gets it out of him. He reveals, like, yeah, she's the one who got Quincy out. She's the one who had him beat me up. And it was just, like, messed up. And David was just like, if you could have seen steam come out of somebody's head, like how they do in the cartoons, we would have seen steam come out of his head too. We would have saw it circulating and spinning, and we probably would have even seen a little bit of fire because he was so red hot with freaking anger. He was livid. He sure was. So he goes and he's ready. He goes out there to where Maggie and them is. He's like, yo, I need my car keys. I'm getting out of here. Landon goes to get the car, like he's the valet, and when he comes back, he's like, oh, I forget their last name, but he's like, pretty much he said Veronica is here. So he's like, she's here? So they have like a face-off, but before they have the face-off, let me tell you guys, I was so freaking pissed at this part. This chick comes in, she picks up the glass, and just instantly throws the liquid into Maggie's face. I'm like, yo, that is pure disrespect because she's not even doing anything. I mean, yes, she got caught up in a bad situation. Yes, okay, boo-hoo, whatever. But at the end of the day, she had no reason to do that. And, you know, Maggie got a little tough right quick. I was like, oh, snap. Maggie about to get crazy. She about to show them like, yo, don't mess with me. I let you beat me up before in the hotel. I let you talk to me any type of way because you kind of like my boss, but it's not going to go down right now. But Lanny was like, nah, chill. There's cameras here. You can't be doing crimes and be caught on camera because at the end of the day, you're going to get in trouble. So we got to go. He's like, don't do it. I'm like, Landon, was she really going to do something else, or was she about to get beat up again? I mean, but like I said, I was kind of happy that she was standing up for herself, though, finally. Last time I felt like she just let herself get beat up. She didn't even, like, really do anything at all. Like, you didn't even try. Like, do something. Maybe you could have got one hit in or something, you know? Even though this lady's from the hood and she's ride-or-die gangster, queen pin type of thing, you still could have got at least one hit in. I'm just saying. So Maggie leaves, and then these two, they face off. And it was like, it was craziness. So she's just like, she's just caught up on the whole Maggie situation and how he's trying to leave her for Maggie. And he's like, are you delusional? You did this to our son? And she's like, so you try to set the DA on me? You trying to get me arrested for covering up this whole thing with Wyatt and all of them? And he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. What the hell? Sorry, guys. I'm fixing my little corset thingy here. He's like, what are you talking about? I have no knowledge of that. Me and Jim didn't do any of this. What are you talking about? And she's convinced at first that he's the one that did everything. But then he's like, why did you do this to Jeffrey? And she's like, because they need to beat the gay out of him. They need to beat all that gayness out of him and make him straight, is what I wanted him to do. beat his ass. And I'm like, she finally said it. Where were the freaking camera phones? Because you know everybody always want to have a camera phone recording something. Y'all see my New York Metro card, right? That's how you know somebody from New York, because they got the little Metro cards. But yeah, so it was like, where was the cameras now? Because that could have really got her into some deep doo-doo. You know, because that would have been all over World Star. You know, that she's against gay rights, she's homophobic and everything else. That could have really, really got her into some deep trouble, because she really confessed everything right there. And he's just like, are you on drugs? He was like, are you using again? And she's like, I never used crack. Because he was like, no, you got to be on crack or something. Maybe you graduated. Because she said something about that she used to be on painkillers. So I guess she was addicted to painkillers. I remember they was talking about some type of addiction. I thought it was alcohol addiction, but I guess it was painkillers that she was addicted to back in the days. And then he calls her a simple bee. He was like, something, you simple bee. And she was like, what you call me? Then she was like, yeah, I'm the simple bee that put you through school. I'm the simple bee that built this. I'm the simple bee that had your child, that had that boy, that created him. And I was like, damn, why you had to have one of those stories? You know, it's one of those, the black guy, he has the crazy black woman, and she's the one who put him through school, made him the person that he is today, all refined and everything else. Showed him the sweeter side of life, and then he may just end up leaving her for the white woman. You know, that's what it seems like the story is going to be, but like with the twist of her being so gangster. But she's angry. She's angry. So, if anything, if he leaves her, she always has that held over his head. I made you. See, that's why I don't like nobody being able to say that they can hold my success in their hands. You know, I don't want anyone to ever say, I made you, I created you, because, nah, homie, I created myself. I did what I had to do to get where I am today, and that's just how it happened. I don't want to hear nothing like this, because that kind of stuff fuels me, it burns, and it makes me upset. So she was just pretty much going off, and she was like, call me a simple bee again. And then he was like, you simple bee. She slapped him one good slap right up in that face. And then she was like, oh, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, he want to call me a simple bee. Let me show you what a simple bit does. And she started throwing the glasses. All the white people in them, they was hiding, they was ducking, they was trying to make sure that they got out the way, because they was like, we don't know what's about to go down. It's getting crazy up in here. This is a refined 5-star little bar inside the 5-star hotel. And, you know, people with money gets here. Yo, you can't be acting all crazy and ghetto and simple. So she's like, let me show you what a simple bee does. Let me act like one real quick. She started throwing everything. Threw the liquor, the good old vodka. She there throwing the vodka. I'm like, oh gosh, no. Don't throw away the liquor, girl. Was that a bottle of Ciroc? I could have used that. Then she throwing away the liquor. She throwing away the people's glasses. She flipping over tables, flipping over chairs. I'm like, are you going to pay for all this? Well, and they know who you are, so you're going to have a mighty hefty bill coming up sooner. Because I know if I was the people in the hotel, I would definitely be making sure that she's the one who pays for it. The camera? Oh, that's Veronica. Yeah, we got you. You will be getting a bill sent to your house. So, then she goes back to him like, what were you saying? Or something along them lines. And he was just like, He dead left her looking stupid, walked away. Like, You're not even worth me yelling. You want me to scream and yell and act crazy with you? It's not going to happen. I'm not wasting my breath right now. I'm walking away from you. That's going to hurt you even more because you're going to have to think now. Because I'm gangster. Get it, David. Get it. So so that was pretty much how that went down. And they showed scenes from things that's going to happen next week. It looks like it's about to get crazy. But before anything, I remember Michael. There was one scene with Michael and Hannah, which kind of got me upset because Hannah, she's pretty much like breaking up with him without even them being a real item. She's like, oh, that she can't be around him because it leads to temptation, and she's tried to change herself from being that person. So it's not like she's trying to say she used to be a whore. She used to do everything, everybody, everywhere. But now she's trying to give her life up to the Lord. She gave her life away, and she don't want to go back into that type of way. She said that she made sure that she was not going to have sex with anybody unless it was her husband. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. This is where people just mess up sometimes. You have to be strong, you know? You're pretty much saying that you're not strong. You're a weak person. That's number one. And then number two, how are you going to know if he's the right person, which he actually mentioned. He's like, how are you going to know if I'm the right person if you're not even going to take the chance to even date? She don't even want to date him because she's scared of what she might do. So I'm like, how you going to know? What if he is the person? So you're going to miss up on that chance because you're too scared that you're going to jump in his lap. Is that what you're trying to say? That's what it seemed like. So that's what I felt like she kind of like was messing up, because you're denying yourself of having a friend, a companion, because you don't want to make the Lord mad. I don't know, I guess. But how can you get a husband if you don't even go through the motions? Is he supposed to just randomly say Hannah's husband on his forehead, and that's how she'll have the sign, and that's how she'll have the no? I mean, that's how she will know. You have to put in the time most of the times in these types of situations, and then you know, like, okay, I can't live my life without this person. I want to be with this person forever and ever and ever. But she's not even open to giving that a chance or an opportunity. Then when Benny comes home, he's acting all like some thug life. Oh, what are you doing here? It's you again. Like, being super rude. I'm like, at the end of the day, your mother doesn't get into your business with your girls, whoever it is that you want to date or be with. So you need to chill out with all that, because the only way I see him needing to get involved is if she's actually in harm's way, in danger. She says that this man is stalking her, or he's trying to climb in her window, or something that's scary and not normal, you know? But he's just being over there hanging out with her, and he's acting extremely rude. Like, I would have been like, yo, chill out. Like, I had to give my son a little, yo, what are you doing real quick? Snapping back into reality, like, what are you doing? But, yeah, that was pretty much the episode. I don't know what's going down next week, because I seen that David took it upon himself to go back to his house, and it looked like Miss Thing is trying to light him up and show him, like, you really about to burn your husband? Please, he better give her a divorce, because and go ahead with Maggie, because Maggie seemed like she would be a little bit better for him. I'm just saying, we gotta call a spade when it's a spade, and this is a spade right here. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. I had a great time talking to you guys. Looking forward to seeing your comments down below. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Later.